Android 6.0 is not really that much usable, although this device is running pretty well with 1.5 GB of RAM, and you can do multitasking and everything here. But the UI here is Samsung's old TouchWiz UI, which is not really great. After using some time, it doesn't perform well. But as for now, as I haven't installed many application here, or I'm not using this device that much, the performance is pretty good, everything snappy. I haven't faced any issue like using this device as for now. And weirdly enough, this device does not have any kind of auto brightness sensor or light sensor. So because of that, there is no auto brightness here. So the display panel is pretty bright. You can put it on outdoor mode and you can use this device outside without much issue. Pretty much visible outside. In terms of usability, you can still make phone calls, you can still do messaging, and the display is pretty huge. It is pretty much still usable. Although this device is running on Android 6, but there are custom ROM available for this device. You can download and install them. And let me know if you want to see any custom ROM for this device. I did download few custom ROM for this device. Maybe later on I will try them. As I said in the beginning, this device got really good camera. So let's try the camera. So the camera application here, the camera is pretty bare-bone. There is nothing much going on. If you tap on mode button, we're getting auto mode, pro mode, panorama, continuous shot, beauty face, sound shot, sports, and HDR. So this device got HDR mode too, and it performed really well. Auto mode also take pretty good picture, and also the pro mode, but the pro mode doesn't give a lot of option. Only we have ISO and white balance option, nothing much. And we do have HDR here, rich tone HDR, so we can take picture. It takes time to take HDR photos, so as you can see here, like about a second or two. But if you are taking regular pictures, it is pretty snappy. So as you can see here, and the pictures turns out pretty good actually. And the front facing camera also, there is a feature called wide selfie. Although this is not really a wide lens, it works like panorama mode where you can like, tilt your phone to like cover up a little more space, and it takes wide selfie. And also it got a front facing flash too. Back then, most of the Samsung J series devices used to get front facing flash, but nowadays we don't really get that. So the camera experience is pretty good and it still takes good photos. And both front and rear facing cameras can shoot up to 1080p video in 30 fps. So pretty decent, and quality also pretty decent. So the device is still running pretty well. Most of the application do run well, like Facebook, WhatsApp, Line, and all those applications. And you can still do browsing here. We do have Chrome here, or if you want to install application, you can install them without any kind of issue. And most of the application is still available, although bank application and all those application doesn't work, and you can't really play online games on this device because it got really low RAM memory, 1.5 GB only. As you know, the Samsung's TouchWiz UI is not really that great. But for basic games like Subway Surfer, Temple Run, those games works pretty fine. And the speaker quality also pretty decent, although it is a rear facing speaker, but pretty decent. So the main application of YouTube does not work on this device because of outdated software, but we can use NewPipe, which is pretty good application to watch YouTube videos. So you can search NCS, and it is pretty fast too. So the speaker quality is pretty decent, not really loud much, but it is pretty clear. So as far as experience goes, the device is still pretty much usable, but if you update the device with a custom ROM to Android 10 or 11, you can expect much from it. Like most of the application will work perfectly fine, like YouTube and other application, but it's going to be pretty slow if you update the device to Android 11 or 10. As for now, if you want to keep this device as a secondary device, it's still pretty much usable, and the camera performance is excellent for what it is, because this device is a decade old, but the camera is still performed really well. Overall, the device is pretty usable. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.